Hi and welcome. It's Mama Couch, and I am so thankful that you're here today. I just wanted to take a shout out and a thank you to all of you that have been coming and watching my previous videos and listening to my podcast and just overall giving me all the love. It's been so great, and I'm so excited to continue with the podcast and with YouTube and sharing what I've learned over the years of homesteading and preparedness, and obviously essential oils. I haven't really touched on that yet, but I think that's going to be next week. So something's coming down the pipeline. Today, I wanted to touch base and talk about my most recent blog post. It's a post that's been going around for a while. It's titled 100 Items That Will Disappear First. And I want to alternately call it maybe 100 Items to Stockpile Now. I don't really know what's coming down the pipeline. I'm trying to stay off social media because honestly, I'm a little bit of a hippie at heart and the vibe just brings me down. At the same time, I know it's a fine balance because I also need to know what's going on in the world. So I guess reading and not giving my opinion is where I need to start going. So the list is, like I said, has been around for a while, and I just wanted to kind of revisit it and talk about a little bit about what is on that list. Also, notice I'm in my office. It's too hot. I'm a northerner. It's too humid outside. So, and the road noise on my front porch. So I digress. So we're going to talk about what goes first. Let's say generators are probably going to be the first items to go. We actually got a solar setup. I'm trying to think of the name. It was at Costco. It was a 2-pack. It was a bigger one and a little one. So the little one is portable, can run stuff like charging phones and stuff. The bigger one will charge the fridge or the freezer, not at the same time. It's not probably, so I went with solar because I didn't want to have to worry about stockpiling any fuel. I did notice today Costco has a tri-fuel, so it's propane, gas, or what was the third fuel? I can't think. Anyway, I just don't want to deal with having to stockpile fuel. So we went with solar. And we live in Tennessee. We get a lot of sun here. So I'm not super concerned about that. That's why we decided to go with solar. The price, though, on the tri-fuel at Costco, if your budget will allow it, was only like $650, $700, which I thought wasn't a bad price, especially if you can do it on one of those tax-free days for Tennessee. So water purifiers, I'm thinking Berkey. So we don't have a Berkey system, but I did find a way to make our own using food grade buckets. And I think that's the route we're going to take. I saw something on Pinterest was really cool. They had taken, those orange Gatorade jugs with the white lid orange thing with the spout that you would have for your kids' soccer. They actually used a food grade bucket on the top of that with the Berkey filters in that to flow down into the Gatorade thing. So that actually would work really well because you already know it's food grade and it's insulated. So I know that the Berkeys are probably insulated and they're super fancy and pretty, but they're very expensive. So if budget is a thing, like we purchased a solar setup, so it's give and take. Firewood is something that'll probably go pretty quickly. We don't actually have a way to burn with firewood, sadly, which is something I would like to change, but I don't know if that's even a possibility. Thankfully, it doesn't get like frigid cold here. It gets cold because of the humidity, but it's not like North Idaho 30 below cold. So that's a good thing. And when we were in Idaho, we did have a wood stove and it was the best heat ever. Lamp oil, wicks, that sort of thing. Use the clear oil if you can. It burns a little cleaner, but obviously in an emergency situation, who cares? Then like your Coleman fuel, you can never have enough of that either. And then we're, of course, talking about pews and the food for them. Anything that's going to help you defend yourself. Knives, bats, slingshots, so those sorts of things. Do you have a hand can opener? I was reading this list and I was like, I think we have one and it's in the camper, but I don't think we have a hand can opener. We don't have an egg beater. We don't have I think I might have whisk, but I don't have remember the old fashioned, like you turn it and it's like the egg beaters. you just held the top and you turned it. We don't have any of that. So that's probably something I need to think about. So it was really good to revisit this list because even though we've been doing this since like 2013, there's things that, we've moved twice. One was a shorter move, and then we've moved 2,000 miles. So I need to kind of organize, and that's what we're doing this weekend, is getting everything organized. Let's see what else. Honey, local honey is best. It's great for allergies. Sugar and brown sugar, anything to bake with. Oils for cooking. I prefer coconut oil and avocado oil myself, and olive oil. But if you need oil, you need oil. Like, I'm not going to be picky if I can only use vegetable oil, but I will go healthy first. But that's just kind of how I am. My health is part of my preparedness plan, because if you're not healthy, you're not going to be able to fight off those zombies, if you know what I'm saying. Charcoal and lighter fluid. Propane tanks. We have a few because we camp and we cook with it on the Blackstone. We have a propane grill. So we have a few, and I think our sons have left them. So we just went and filled them all recently, and it was kind of a lot of money, but it was really comforting to know that I probably have like 6 bottles filled. And so for heat in the winter, maybe one of those little buddy heaters would be a good investment if you don't have a wood stove. Again, I don't like having to worry about stockpiling propane, which is why I went with the solar generator, but a little bit of propane, and we have a lot of those little canisters too. So for the little bit of heater, that would be really a good idea. Mantles for your Coleman Lanterns. Baby supplies are going to go. Like diapers, gosh, diapers are so expensive. I was going to buy some at Costco today. I grab them when they're on sale. They weren't on sale, so I didn't grab a box, but because I do have one grandchild, and eventually I'm sure we'll have more. And obviously, in a really bad situation, we'll probably switch to cloth, which will still be kind of a pain because you got to wash them, but at least you can reuse them. You won't run out. Wipes are really good to have on hand anyway. And then the over the counter stuff. Now, aspirins and Tylenol, all of that stuff is good, but I'm always going to have oils on hand. I do have some of that stuff stockpiled. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I just need a heavy hit. Like, I need to get the pain gone and not necessarily heal the issue. And not to say that oils heal, but they work on a cellular level where the meds don't. So that's another video for another time. That to say, go to the dollar store if you can't do the Costco thing and stock up on some ibuprofen and some Tylenol and those types of things. A washboard to wash your laundry with a mop bucket. And then I will link below if I can find the link. We got this really cool thing that looks like a plunger, and it's blue, and you just are plunging your clothes, and it's supposed to be able to clean it in a 5-gallon bucket. Your cook stoves, we have a few. We've inherited a couple really cool old ones, and then we do cook mostly on the Blackstone and the grill, but a propane cook stove is also good to have. Vitamins, I'm linking my favorite in the blog post because I'm pretty, actually they're right here over my shoulder, these. Lifelong Vitality. They're the best ones out there. They're going to fill in the gaps where your diet is missing. They're going to give you energy. They're going to help with emotions. They just are a really good all-around good vitamin, and you absorb most of it. Like if you go to Costco or Walmart and buy vitamins, you're not absorbing all of the nutrients from those. These are pretty scientifically proven. There's been studies that you absorb a lot of it. So that's where you're not going to just waste a bunch of it by flushing it out of your system. Feminine hygiene products. There's going to be another blog post on that. I wrote a while ago talking about feminine hygiene. I have 3 sons. They all have significant others. That's a lot of feminine hygiene products to try and stockpile. So what these girls have switched to is it's called the Diva Cup, and there's a couple different brands out there. They're all basically the same idea. It's just a cup. Doesn't sound amazing. I'm very thankful that I'm not in that time of my life that I need one of those anymore, but it's definitely something to look into because it lasts for a while. I'm pretty sure they last for a couple of years, and you just don't have to worry about running out. You don't have to worry about the garbage from it, all of that. So what else do we have? Aluminum foil. Actually, right now, Costco has it on sale. It's a 2-pack of the heavy duty. Gosh, I think I paid $7 or $8 for 300 feet. Don't quote me on that. It was a good deal though, so I bought some because I don't normally buy it at Costco, but I'm finding that I am doing price comparisons. Like I wanted to get forks. So when we have barbecues and stuff, we always use plastic forks, knives, and spoons. And I always have spoons and knives left and no forks left. So I was like, well, we need to get some more forks. And Costco actually was the cheapest. I did compare it to Walmart price. I don't know if I needed 500 forks, but we probably have enough forks to last us a while. Barring the fact that we won't need, like I only use them for barbecues or when we have a lot of people over. So unless it comes to some serious situation where I don't have any water to wash dishes, but then you have garbage. So tell me, how do you figure that out? That's a really good question. Let's talk about that below. When we have limited water resource, but then if we use disposable plates and forks, you've got garbage. So what do you do? Or do you try and wash do you wash the disposables so you're not wasting? Like, I don't know. Help me out. What do you do? Because that's it's a thing. Okay, so gasoline, like I said, the whole propane and gasoline, I don't know why that stresses me out so much. I guess because I'm worried about investing the money into it, and especially for gas, and having it go bad. Like if we don't add enough stabilizer to it, or with too much, or it just goes bad, or evaporates because it's so hot here all the time, and the humidity is really high. So I'm assuming that the gas does like evaporate quickly. So help me out with that too. What do you do? Do you stockpile the gasoline, or what? Like, what do you do? Garbage bags are one thing. I think we have, again, I'm back to Costco. I should be embarrassed that I shop so much at Costco, but it just makes it easy. I know that I'm getting quality. I know that if it's not going to work out, they'll let me return it. So I just do Costco. So the black garbage bags, we use a lot more of those than we probably do of the kitchen ones because we line all of our garbage cans with them. And you just don't know what you're going to need them for. I don't know. Not a body. Really? No. My mind just went somewhere. I can't even explain where I just went with my mind because that's how I think. But toilet paper, obviously, I'm sure you probably have toilet paper from last 2 years ago. Kleenex and paper towels, those are things that I don't really stock up on Kleenex. So maybe that's something that we should think about. Milk, powdered and condensed. And then I have kind of noticed shelf-stable almond milk, again at Costco because it's the best price. You can get it in the cartons. Now, it's not amazing because I'm thinking, well, it's not even refrigerated. Well, it's not dairy, for one. And two, you can get like 8 or 10 of them for really cheap. And so if you're only going to have the kids eat cereal with them or maybe bake with it, it's a good substitute, shelf-stable. And it does need to be refrigerated after it's been opened, but and expiration date's pretty long on them too. So not ideal. I mean, is it better than powdered milk? I would think that it probably tastes better than powdered milk. I don't know. Or get a cow. I mean, that's an option. Obviously, garden seeds, you're going to want to have those. I did try a garden last year and the dirt was bad. And then I'm finding out a lot of people are having issues this year with their gardens and the dirt being bad. So I don't know if I don't know. And I'm not really good at gardening and I really don't have the patience for it. So clearly it's something I should probably learn and learn patience for. But I do have chickens and eggs. So maybe I can just exchange eggs for some veggies. I don't know. How about a clothesline and clothespins? How to dry your clothes. The clothes that we've washed in the 5-gallon bucket, we need to hang dry it, right? Because we're not going to have any power if that's what we're doing. Unless, you want to practice to live off grid, then by all means. Tuna fish is on this list. I would think canned tuna, canned chicken, canned beef, canned pork, any of those canned meats. And I actually have pressure canned ground beef myself before, and it was so convenient to just open that can up and throw it in like the spaghetti sauce. So that's another post that's on my blog. Don't be afraid of your canning. Don't be afraid of the pressure canner. If you're doing it right and you're following all the safety precautions, you're going to be fine. First aid kits, and of course I'd add oils to that. I can link, I've actually got a link in the blog post of my favorite oils for emergencies if I could only buy like 5 or 6. where I would start. The cool thing is by doing doTERRA oils, which are the only ones I've ever used and ever will use because the quality and the global impact that they have, you can earn points for free oils, which makes it super easy to stock up. And you can also earn a free oil every month. So while you don't necessarily get to choose the free oil every month, you do get to choose what oils you spend your points on. So it makes it super easy to get a stockpile going. So like right here, I've got this, where am I? This stuff here is my abode cleaner. And I think I have 3 or 4 of those. And they're currently on back order, I think. So I'm thankful that I have a couple of those. Maybe there's more of us that do the back order. I don't know. Sometimes it's not even the oil that's the problem. It's the container that they're having a problem with keeping up with. So anyway, I'd add oils to the list. They're great for emergencies. They're great for emotions. They're great for cooking with. There's just so many great things for them. So if you're not, side note, the Essential Prepper on Facebook is my Facebook group. Go check it out. Batteries of all sizes. Make sure that you check the expiration dates. My understanding, Costco's are Duracell. So if you like Duracell, just buy the Costco brand, save you some money. Spices, again, oils you can use as spices too. They have an indefinite shelf life if kept in a cool, dark place. Baking supplies, vinegar, so good for so many things. You can do laundry with it. You can clean with it. Make sure you have dog food put up for your pets, for your dogs. Matches. I've left a link for the box matches, but then I did find some stuff on Amazon that had like an indefinite use type match, but I'm sure that y'all are out there know what to do for that. So I'm thinking like for the new beginning prepper, what's on your list? Writing paper, pads and pencils, and journals so that you can keep track of what's going on for historical purposes. I haven't thought to do that before. I can't say that I would be in the right mind to write stuff down if it were that kind of a situation, but who knows. Men's hygiene products, cast iron cookware. The only brand I've ever used is Lodge. It's the best out there. I agree, I believe, but a great place to look. You can get, sometimes Amazon has a really good clearance on it. And then the other place that I have gone is Cabela's, but I actually, living in Tennessee, I can't say that I've seen a Cabela's. So what's the option for Cabela's is probably Bass Pro, which leads me into fishing supplies and tools. Mosquito repellent, there's an oil for that too. Duct tape, quick tip, take the duct tape, if you're hiking or something, wrap it out with the sticky side out at the bottom of your pants, and they'll attract the ticks so that you don't get the ticks all over you. Candles, in case there's no power, which candles or the oil lamps too. I guess I'd probably prefer oil lamps, but I don't even know if we might have emergency candles. Laundry soap, you're going to probably want to do liquid because it's going to work better in the laundry that you're doing with the bucket. Obviously garden tools and supplies, canned fruits, veggies, all of that. We actually have a food freeze dryer ordered. So hopefully that comes before the end of the summer and I can start putting up our own freeze-dried foods. And I might start a candy business because I guess freeze-dried candy is all the rage right now. And I'll throw that stuff up in my Etsy shop, the Essential Prepper there too. Bleach does not have a very good shelf life, so unless you're going to rotate through it a lot, get the tabs. Canning supplies. Let's see, what else? Paper plates, cups, and utensils. Stock up on all of that. I said a little bit ago, like, do we wash our dishes or do we make garbage? So leave a comment below on what your plan is. A hand pump for your water. We actually don't have a well anymore, so we have a hand pump for a well. So if you are in the Middle Tennessee area and are looking for a hand pump, I'll make you a good deal because we've had it, never used it, lugged it across the country, and now we don't have a well. Stock up on your reading glasses. I don't even have any laying here. I have like 5 pairs. They're all over the house and not one sitting here. Because if you can't see, that's a problem. And actually keep your old glasses, stock up on your contacts. Speaking to myself, because I keep having to make an appointment. I keep telling myself, make that appointment. I haven't done it yet. Chocolate, you're going to want to have stuff from morale. So chocolate candies, that sort of thing. Let's see. Crackers, pretzels, jerky, stuff that's easy and shelf stable, peanut butter and popcorn. Lantern hangers. You can get those on Amazon so that you aren't putting your lantern on the counter or the table and getting it knocked over and starting a fire. That would be horrible. Tea and coffee. Coffee actually should be number one on this list. Just saying. And if you do K-cups, you might want to figure out another way to make your coffee, because if you don't have power, you can't make your coffee. Let's see. Oh, so I have the last thing on this list is goats and chickens. Now I have chickens. I've written about 101, the chicken 101 or something, owning chickens. So you got a few things that you need to think about on that. I will do another video about that. But I do recommend chickens. They're super easy. We've done chickens, goats, pigs. I always love chickens. Probably never do goats again unless it's an emergency, which I've written about that too. And pigs were super easy. They actually were super easy. So, so if you eat pork or bacon, that would be fine. But chickens are definitely, I have never done cows. I would like to have like a mini Jersey for milk, but I don't know if we have enough room. We only have an acre. So anyway, so that's the rundown. Tried not to babble. I think I got most of the things on the list. I'm going to link it below so you can go back and read it yourself, because I didn't touch on all the things. But anyway, just kind of get your stuff together. Like this weekend, I'm going to clean out the pantry and take an inventory. We've moved. We've been here a little over a year. We were kind of complacent about our preps. We did move all of our preps. We did not get rid of anything. But we've got stuff in the shop, and we've got stuff in the garage, and we've got stuff in closets in the house. And I'd like to try and get it a little bit more organized, or at least figure out what room in the house it's in and write it down. So I know, okay, that spare bedroom closet has this stuff in it, and the toilet paper and paper towels are in this room, that sort of thing. I know it's kind of a first world problem, but we've been doing this since 2014. And I'm very, very thankful that we started so long ago and that we're not just now starting. So if you have any questions or need tips or anything, please leave a comment below or email me, oils@mamacouts.com. And I would be more than happy to assist you in whatever needs you have. So anyway, thanks so much for listening. I hope you have an amazing, amazing weekend. Make sure to hit the like and the subscribe button, and maybe even share it with your peeps. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye.